If you've ever been to any of Joe Mettle's concerts, you know that there's not just a concert, it is to go and meet God. It's like, look, I tell you that if you attend any of Joe Mettle's concerts, the joy you have in your heart can last for 2 years. I'm not kidding. Try it. And welcome. This is the debrief, and today we are doing a debrief of Praise Reloaded Festival of Gratitude. That's what they call it. By Joe Mettle and his team. They did amazingly well. Now, in today's episode, we are going to look at what we liked about the show, what we didn't like, and a few recommendations. They are not much, just a few of them. And I hope the team will put this into consideration for that of next year. So we go right into it. So one of the things I liked, or should I let's give a brief of the show for those of you that didn't get to witness it. It was It's like, look, I tell you that if you attend any of Joe Mettle's concerts, the joy you have in your heart can last for 2 years. I'm not kidding. Try it. He has an upcoming program, I think in October. Trust me, do attend and you'll testify to what I'm saying. Now, to what we liked about the event, we were there ourselves, we saw it, we witnessed it, we made our observations, we put evangelist and her co-host. Unfortunately I don't know her name. I don't think she mentioned her name. I think she was called Akosia or something. If you know her name, just drop it in the comments below. It started with them, and I think Adam the evangelist is an underestimated young man. Look, the guy is funny, he's intelligent, he's bright, and I think all the award shows he should be the MC for the award shows. Trust me, because I really enjoyed how he just made it funny. He just made it very interesting. He brought so much life into the concert, and at the beginning of everything is a bit, but he just made it very exciting and interesting. I was happy to see a few people, the likes of Soul Winners. We haven't heard from them, or we haven't heard of them in a while now, and I'm happy that Joe Mettle has given them the platform to shine again. For me, that's I don't have words to describe how much I'm grateful on their behalf to Joe Mettle, because I personally don't know where the group has been, what they've been up to, but they put up a spectacular show. What they did last night was amazing. I don't have words to describe how well they did. And there was a young lady that, for the first time, I'm not saying you don't know her, but I don't know her. She's called she sang from the depths of her heart. I actually worshipped with her during her administration. It was powerful. Luigi McLean came through. Joe Mettle took over. And what happened next? Top of my head, what happened next? If I can remember, I think and then came Nathaniel Bassi, and the show was crowned with so many excitement. The lineup for the show was very amazing. I liked how everything went down. Let's talk about production. I don't know if I should go into details about the equipments they used. I don't know if I should. Comments below to let me know if I should the next time talk about the equipment they used and how I feel they actually raising the bar when it comes to production, like organizing events in Ghana. I genuinely feel I was very impressed with the equipment they were using. This is Pro Max type of equipment. I wouldn't want to go into the depths of it. I mean, for those of you that will not have a clear understanding of what I'll be talking about, but I wouldn't want to go there. But for anybody that was there, they'll testify that the equipment that were used for production was top tier. Now, I loved the sound. The front of house sound on stage. I loved it. It was very good. I really enjoyed myself. Anybody that came will tell you that, look, the sound was just super. I know it was Silicon House that handled the stage, the lights, the sound, and they did so well. I saw the likes of Nee and Kakraba there. I mean, these two giants, they've paid their dues. They are top tier in what they do. They in their craft. They've mastered it. They are doing like Pro Max of the Pro Max. I always say that, look, always be the 1% of the 1% in your industry, and that is Uncle Nee and Uncle Kakarba. I mean, they are way older than me, obviously, so I'm calling them uncle because they're actually my uncles. Now, we go to the event planning. I give them 10 over 10. They did excellent. If you look at the management of the event in itself, they did absolutely fantastic. From how musicians came and went off stage smoothly, seamlessly, it was flowing like water. That was top tier. They didn't come and do the "shall we now invite Uncle Shanimo from Japan who is coming to..." No, they didn't do that. It was just flowing. Then Adam and her co-host came. They did their thing. Every now and then they did some interviews. Look, I will say this again, they did absolutely well. I don't have words to describe. If you missed it, you can go watch the live they did. Look, and let me even talk about the live. So if you listen to the live, the first 30 minutes, there were bits of hiccups in there, but afterwards everything sounded perfect. And I listened to the live when I came home, and it's just the same experience as if you were there. So if you didn't get to but the energy you would experience there is different from when you're watching the live anyway, but that's fact. But in terms of quality of production, it was top tier. I listened to the sound, the lights, everything was just the same thing we experienced there. But obviously the fire that was in the place, it was just too much. It was just too much fire. Now, to the things I didn't like, I felt like the security, when Nathaniel Bassi was on fire and the whole, you realize that most people wanted to rush to the stage, like rush to the front and dance. And I kind of didn't like how the security people handled it. If you were there, you realize that there's this move and everybody wanted to come to the front and have that experience and dance and jump. But I mean, I guess they were doing their job, but I just didn't like how they went about it, So one or two confrontations here and there, but I felt, the crowd management they could have done better with the crowd management. To be honest, they could have actually done better. I mean, they did what they could, but and for those people, for the media guys, the new media guys, when I say new media guys, people that were shooting for content for their channels and everything, I felt they could have placed them somewhere where they could actually capture the best of both worlds. I mean, what I mean with best of both worlds is capture the stage, capture the audience, because everybody there was actually there to create content. And so if we didn't get access into certain spaces, which I understand that you're looking at priority for your production, okay, so that you don't have so many people on stage, and I understand that. But I feel next time you should give us some place where we can, get the best of both worlds. We can get to do some backstage interviews with the stars and all that. I mean, we're actually looking forward to doing that, but rather unfortunate, some of us were not able to do. But I mean, I believe that can be managed the next time. The other thing I noticed is, for some reason, people didn't really show up like last year, and I that got me thinking a lot. Like, what happened this time around? What happened? Is it that I don't know, but production was perfect, but the crowd I saw last year, 2024, wasn't the same. And the other thing I didn't like was there were not enough chairs. At a point, if you came a bit late, after 6, you basically were struggling to find a place to sit. And I don't know, because we're also not allowed to sit on the other side. It's a stadium, so we're not allowed to sit on those chairs. Security kept coming. Security kept coming to sack those who sat there. So I don't know. Maybe the next time something can be done about it and provision for more chairs, so that those who would always come late, like somebody I know, a learned colleague that I know, would always come late regardless, would always get a place to sit. And the last thing I didn't like was, look, there are vendors, and that means people were going to look for a place to throw their baller. Okay, now I bought a few kebabs and I wanted to dispose of it and drinks, and it was difficult finding. I had to roam till I saw some people that were collecting baller. But for events like that, there should be bins all over the place, all over, such that if I'm to walk like for a very short distance, I should find some place to put my baller, as we like to say it here. But unfortunately, we didn't get that, and that was a little disheartening for me, because I had to hold it till I found somebody to, and you see, the people that were also working were equally enjoying the show. So then, I give you an example. At a point, we're sitting and we wanted water. The vendors were not enough, so then you find people moving. So the people that are actually worshiping, you realize that people are moving from their seats and they are moving around. So if you're somebody that you're really into the thing that was happening, you kept, people. So you're sitting, somebody's moving, they are going, they are coming. So somebody has to go and pee, somebody has to go and get water, somebody has to go and... I know these are things you can't manage, but if the vendors were moving around more, I believe this could have sorted it out, and some of the guys that were working were actually more of enjoying the show than working. Unfortunately, you cannot be in a show like this and not enjoy the presence of God. And so this is our quick debrief. See you next time. Invite us to your program. We'll be happy to share with you. My team and I will be there. I'll be happy to share with you what we felt you could have done better. Stay tuned. Until next time.